So this is just the theme tune for the Alan Pentology that I wrote. So just thought I'd play a little bit of it for you. So. So yeah, that was it just came to me one day, and it was like in a dream, and I woke up and I just knew, I knew that this was Alan Simple. I'd never heard of Alan Simple and Fresh at that time, and just all of a sudden it just came to me and I just knew. This here is the actual umbrella that we used in the film. I just, I felt I'd perform it here, just because it's a special thing for me. It's really close to my heart. And I went to the producers and they said, yeah, this is perfect, this is exactly what we need. And I was so grateful for it. And it was just beautiful.
Michael, welcome to the set. Thank you. Very glad to be here. Alan, Simple and Fresh. We've heard so much hype about it, we know so very little. Can you tell us a bit about the film?
I can, certainly. I don't mean to be excessively verbose about this, but Alan Simple and Fresh started as a film by accident, purely by accident. Basically what happened was, I was approached by the producers in a pub. I say that, but that's actually not what happened. What I was doing was I was watching one of my favourite episodes of Jeremy Kyle, and it's obviously been all recorded on Sky Plus, drinking a couple of cans of Tenant Super, as is the typical Friday night for any assistant director of a film in my position. And basically what happened was, I was in a depressed, drunken stupor, phoned up these producers who had worked with us very successfully, and by that I mean actually not very successfully at all, with the Alan Pentology. And what I said to them was, we need to make a sequel to this film. It was so great, it had such a dedicated fan base that we simply need to continue. So we'll be letting down the fans if we don't. They said, okay, what direction do you want to go in? I was like, I really don't know because I'm pissed. So what happened was, they got some writers to get on it essentially, and they produced this script. I actually did not have a clue about what the script was going to be like. Basically what happened was, they produced the script, and without seeing a word of it, without even realising that they had produced the script, I knew, I'm going to take the script, which may or may not exist, and turn it into a film. So I did exactly that. And what I did was, before I even read the script, I knew that I was going to make a massive thing of the symbolism in the film. And what I mean by that is, symbolism can take so many different facets, especially in Alan Simple and Fresh, because one of the prime examples I would give is we don't have any set roles, of course. We don't have set actors playing particular personages. So what we did was, we had a piece of paper with an expression drawn on it that would be placed over someone's face, and that way they would be, inverted commas, Alan for the duration of the scene, depending upon how his emotions change. Now, of course, I wanted to take the symbolism a step further from this. What I wanted to do was, for example, if Alan was happy in one particular scene, we would write simply the letter C over the piece of paper. Because if you think about it, the letter C, if you can see here, if you turn it 90 degrees, actually looks like a U, which also looks like a smiley face. So this symbolises the happiness of Alan in that particular milieu. However, perhaps unsurprisingly, the producers thought that this was too abstract. This was too niche for their production. And I said, well, fine. The world is not ready for my art. It isn't ready for real art. So I tried to look into using symbolism in different ways. One of the ways I did this which I think was immediately striking, yet also relaxing, was in the third scene of Alan being bummed by a Spanish rent boy. The pathos of the scene is so... I can't even describe it. I don't know how I managed to create such a wonderful work of art. But if you simply look at the faces, of course Alan doesn't actually have a face, it's just paper. If you look at the face, the paper cries out to you, this isn't what I was made for. It wasn't designed for this. It was designed for people to write on. It wasn't designed as an object of lust. And this is such a fantastic microcosm of how people today are used as objects for the physical act of love. Coitus, you might say. And if you look at the Spanish rent boy's face, his conveys exactly the same idea. And we wonder, is there more? Is there more to life than this? And the answer that we discover during the course of the film is that yes, definitely there is. Because it later turns out that Alan simply wants to be friends with the rent boys that he encounters. And society demands that they have intercourse. That is the crux of the matter, is that society has this focus, this predilection with intercourse, and it's something that I'm trying to challenge in this film. Equally, on the same scene is the theme of sceptical mise-en-scène. Because what's very important about mise-en-scène is that there can be false appearances, but underneath that there's the hidden truth. And what I've tried to do in this film, what we've tried to do in this film, is to portray the false appearances as being equally important as the hidden truth, if not even more important, actually. Because, as I say, the appearance is these two men having dirty sex, right? It's something you see all the time in movies. I mean, I've seen it about 416 times in films. And so I wanted, let's do something else, because if you remember the particularly striking sentence mixed in amongst all the filth, all the dirty talk, is the Spanish rent boy says to Alan, "Alan, do you want to be my friend?" And I just couldn't believe. Initially I was struck. I mean, you can see me laughing now. I was struck by the utterly unique juxtaposition of this sentence in the scene. And I think it's something that's quite simply wonderful. ولكن تخرجت من جامعة دمشق منذ سنتين. I think that is the heart of Alan Simple and Fresh. That sums it up in one sentence that is understandable for everyone.
I'm sure you will be aware of the differing interpretations of the themes of the Alan Pentology among the fan base. That it's existentialist, it's nihilist, it's humanist.
Nihilist? Can I just stop you there? I want to erase the atmosphere surrounding the words and theme constituting the situation the film finds itself in around the word nihilist. Nihilist often refers to somebody who only values things he gives value to. I want to replace that. I want to start fresh with this word, okay? I feel the word nihilist reflects better on whale lovers, for example, and perhaps even organ players. I feel this is possibly the greatest understanding of the word nihilist. As you know, an organ player is by trade and by art sort of obliged to affiliate with clockmakers under the Sections Act 16, as you know, of course. And I feel it is best at home in the organ player's house. Does that answer your question?
I think so. I mean, I was just going to. I mean, of course, that is very relevant, and thank you for sharing your thoughts on that. I was just going to say that, you know, among the differing interpretations of the Allen Pentology, there is now a growing fan base who have said that they believe the Allen Pentology is a complete mess, and in fact has no themes or no meaning at all, and that because of this, in spite of this, nay, because of this, essentially, it is the greatest film ever made.
In reference to this, I get asked this all the time, as you probably guessed. I've actually prepared a statement about this question.